We're out here very end of March, and there's a lot of questions and concerns about how the wheat has fared after that really intense cold spell we had in the middle of March, where it got down into the low 20s. And a lot of folks are trying to assess their wheat stands now as we go into April and through April on whether they should keep them and try and just take them the grain and the yield, or to think about destroying what's left out there of the wheat and replant into another crop, say corn, soybeans, cotton. Thing you got to keep in mind as you go through it, I know it's going to be a real big struggle trying to figure out if we need to keep this wheat. There's a lot of variabilities that go into how well it's going to survive or not, but one of the things to consider as you go forward is what herbicides you used on that wheat, because that really plays a role on what you can or cannot plant a follow crop behind it. There's a number of very popular herbicides we regularly use wheat here in Tennessee that the recrop back to another crop is going to be too short. And one that comes to mind right off the bat is Finesse. We use that a lot, particularly in the fall. But the plant back to that to say corn is out. We just don't have near enough time to plant corn. It's a good year. Cotton would not be an option. The only option we would have is soybeans. And then even with soybeans, they have to be an STS variety, a Bolt variety, one of these ones that have very good tolerance to the SU herbicides. So that one's the one that's really kind of up, that you really got to think about if you use that particular herbicide. Some of the others that were more commonly used, one of the most commonly used here in Tennessee for ryegrass is Axial. Axial's got a fairly short plant back, so that one would be an option if you needed to come back with some of these other crops, corn, cotton, soybeans. You should be probably good to go going back with those this spring at a more timely planting window. There are some others like Osprey. That's not used as readily, but that would be another one that would limit our options. And really about the only thing we could go back with in that case would be with soybean. So think about that as you go forward when you're trying to decide whether to keep a stand or not. Not only evaluate the stand for how well it looks like it's weathered that cold spell, but also what herbicides you used in that wheat crop.